53 kilometers from Nairobi lies one of Kenya's most renowned Rift Valley viewpoints, the Mai Mahiu. Nestled along this scenic winding road are numerous wooden stalls, home to curio shops that have sustained many local families for years. Kibe Cairo, a curio vendor, shares insights into his craft.
Nikipatana na mtu mgeni ambaye hajui curio shop ni nini, na kwanza namuonyesha hii nini Rift Valley. Namuongelesha, namwambia hii ni Rift Valley, imeanza Mozambique to the Red Sea na imepita Kenya, imepita Tanzania hivyo. Akielewa, nimeona ameelewa, namwambia sasa ingia kwa duka ndani. Tuna hii duka inaitwa Curio Shop na tunauza bidhaa kadhaa, na hizi bidhaa tunatengeneza ni za kufanya, ni za urembo ama zinakaa kama zinastua watu, kama hizi mamask. Ukiona zile mamask ukiweka mahali, mtu anadhani wewe ni mchawi, saa anastuka, lakini si hivyo, ni ya kurebesha.
Using materials like blackwood and rosewood, artisans create exquisite curios. Some curios are also sourced from soapstones.
Hizi bidhaa kuna zenye natengeneza kwa mikono yangu, natafuta material, natengeneza, zinamarizika, then naziuzia watalii ama nauziuzia watalii, na sana sana watu wa kigeni wa nje. Na pia zingine huwa tunanunua ama tunaletewa hapa. Kuna watu wanatengeneza, mtu hana duka yake, yeye anatengeneza, anazungusha. So tunapatana na mnunulia kwa bei ya chini ili niweze kuuza.
Hizo vitu kuna wale watu huaga wanachonga. Tumeanjiria, kuna watu tuseme kama Wakaba, kuna zile vitu huaga wanachonga. Kuna Wakisi, yani tuko na watu different, yani katika nchi yetu tuko na watu different. Kuna ile kitu huaga wanachonga.
Ile material mzuri kutengeneza hizi bidhaa ni miti kama inaitwa blackwood, ama mti ile inakuaga ni nyeusi, inakuaga na pande mbili. Kuna pande yenye ni nyeupe, ingine ni nyeusi. So hiyo inakuaga the best, kwa sababu hata haiwezi kuliwa na hizi na hao wadudu wadogo wanakuraga miti. Ukikata mti kuna wadudu wanazikura. So hiyo ndio inakuaga the best. Ingine ni kama rosewood inakuaga ni kama nyekundu. So hiyo pia hiyo ni the best. Hizo material kama hizo za miti, hizo bili ndio the best. Na pia kuna material za mawe, soapstone. Hizo haiwezi kuliwa na kitu, inakuaga tu hivyo na inakuaga pia mzuri sana. Lakini hiyo inaweza vujika, lakini ukiweka vizuri hiyo inakaa sana.
While European tourists used to be their primary customers, Kibe notes a shift in recent trends. Today, even Kenyan customers show a keen interest in these unique items.
Sana hii kazi tunauzia wazungu. Wazungu ndio wananunua hizi vitu sana. Lakini siku hizi hata Waafrika wamejaribu juu, hata siku hizi wananunua. Wa Kenya, tuseme hata kama ni watu wa nchi zingine kama za Afrika kama Sudan, Ethiopia, Uganda, hata pia wao wakitembea huku wao wananunua. Lakini hapo zamani hawakuwa wanapendezwa na hizi vitu, walikuwa wanasema hizi vitu ni za wazungu.
The success of their trade is intrinsically linked to the escarpment, where the breathtaking views draw tourists who often end up purchasing curios.
Hapa tunadilu na biashara zote. Kuna mwenye anabadilisha dola instead ya kwenda Nairobi. Sasa anatufanyia na bei ya chini, ili na yeye akienda kuibadilisha Nairobi anapata kafaida kidogo.
Kibe points out that the viewpoints hosts various businesses, including forex exchange agents. Yet, like any other job, this trade comes with its own set of challenges.
Inaendanga na season juu, kuna ile wakati wazungu, tuseme watalii, wanakuwa flow yao ni kubwa. Lakini tunafika tuseme kama mwezi wa 5, unakutaka hata hakuna mtalii hata mmoja. Unakuta ni mmoja, wawili, yani hata magari zenye zinaenda Masai Mara si nyingi.
From June to August, wageni wanakuanga wengi sana juu ya migration.
Je?
Migration.
Oh, yeah.
Wild beast. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Unaweza kutana na mtu amekwambia anataka kukulipa na check, lakini ile check anakulipa nayo si poa. Unakuta hata banki yenye amekuandikia check nayo, ukienda kuangalia unasikia hiyo banki ilifungwa kitambo sana. Sasa hapo unaamua tu unanyamaza tu. Sasa hapo kwa biashara unahesabu profit na unahesabu loss. Sasa hiyo inaingia loss direct.
Changamoto naweza sema ni barabara. Saa zingine wakati kuna jam hatupati kazi hata. Sasa magari kikaa kwa jam hawezi wakasimama. Unajua customers wanakuja kutoka nchi mingi. Na sasa kama lugha sisi hatujui hizo lugha. So hatukwangi na wakati mwingi wa kuongea na wao. Juu kama anataka kitu namuandikia tu na yeye anakuandikia. Sasa kwa kuandika hakuna lugha. Hapana, isipokuwa tu ni Kiingereza ama Kiswahili. Unaandika tu na yeye anakuandikia, mnasikizana. So iko na challenges juu ya lugha.
Further along with the winding road lies another historical gem, the Italian church. Since 1942, this small but enduring structure has captured the curiosity of travelers with its unique architecture, nestled amidst the lush vegetation of this semi-rural Kenyan town.
I work here. This is the smallest church in Africa. And it was built by Italians, prisoners of war, 1942. Italians were colonized to build the road. So, later time, Italians, many of the Italians are Romans, they are Catholics. That's why they built here. It was during the Second World War. Yeah, Italians were captured in Somalia. They were brought like slaves. So when they were building the road, later time they built the church because British are Protestants. PCA, IC, Anglican, but Italians are Romans, they are Catholics. That's why they built so small, because they were slaves. And that's why you see when they were here, they used Latin. Yeah, to say Gloria in excelsis Deo means glory in the most highest. All the pictures were done in 1843. Remember with the Italians, there were no seats. They used to kneel, so they came back in 1885. They put on the seats because people are saying it is a mosque. So not all people can fit today. But for every day we have to open. You remember it's a tourist attraction. With the Italians, they come once a year. Every 1st of January, they have a mass here. They come to commemorate of the people who died here in Kenya. Many of the Italians were eaten by animals. With the time when they were here, there were so many animals, like snakes.
Many Kenyans traveling the Mai Mahiu highway recognize the church, though few have ventured inside. We spoke to several Kenyans who confessed it was their first time exploring this historic site. They were in awe.
We have been using this road severally, and we have been seeing this building. It's a small building, but a tall one. And the signpost there says this church was built in 1942. And we were interested to know how did those prisoners of war decide to build such a church. So we have been always saying, anytime we come here early, we'll stop over and pay a visit. And so today, we have decided to do that.
Nikienda Nairobi ama nikienda Meru, napenda kutumia hii barabara sana. Na huwa nikipitia huwa naonanga hii kanisa hapa. So for long sana nimekuwa nikitembea basi sijaingia huko ndani. Leo nilisema acha niingie ndani nione nini inafanyikanga huko ndani. At least nipate kujua some history why this thing is here. Ni ya nini, ni ya kazi gani ama ni imewekwa tu juu for the sake ya kuwekwa.
Yeah. Yourself, do you go to church?
Yes, I go to church.
How do you find this church to be different or odd from the other churches that you attend?
Kitu nafanya ikuwe different ni kidogo, ni kama hata watu 20 wezi tosha hapa ndani. Kanisa, tumezoea kanisa ni watu wanakuja kama watu over 50, 20. Sasa imagine watu 20 wamekuja hapa, hawezi toshea. So hiyo naona kama kuna tofauti kidogo, alafu muundo wake si kama hii ya squeezy. Naona vitu ni kama zile za kitambo, ziko na sanamu za kitambo, so naona ni kama kuna tofauti kidogo na hizo makanisa zingine.
Christopher Ada, a Holland resident with Nigerian roots, had a different perspective. He found the curios on the hillside more intriguing than the ancient Italian church.
Actually, I saw the valley and very fascinating. The buildings, where the people live, how beautiful it's the landscape, very nice. Bought some valuable things, very nice souvenirs, and they look good. So I think I'm going to enjoy them. Yeah.
Why did you buy them?
They look beautiful. They are Africans. They are natural. It's just part of me. It's like I'm here, back in this structure here. I am not part of this. I don't feel part of this. To be frank, I don't feel part of it because the Italian monument or whatever it is, but it's a monument for them, not for me. But where I come from, I like the people. I like the valley, where they live. I like to see the natural things that belongs to the black people, we, the Africans. Yeah. That fascinates me. Because it doesn't tell me the history, our history. It doesn't. I'm looking at it as a structure that is put here by those who were using it then, isn't it? And if you look at how small it is, it's for few people who were here, and they were no indigene of this country. If it were to be indigene of this country, it would have been bigger than this. It was actually not for us, our forefathers. It's for some group of people who came here to colonize us, isn't it? So I don't find it fascinating. Last August I came, I was at Eldoret. I went to Powerhouse, and I see the structure, the old structure, the cave where people were living in, built there, fascinating. I went in, sat on the stool, it was nice. It's part of me, you know, like you are connecting with your ancestors. But I don't.
He, however, acknowledged the church's architectural charm.
The structure itself is unique if you look back to the time. It's unique because it has architectural structure. The building, you know, there's an imagination of thought that brought this thing here. That, of course, is also interesting. And if you look at some of like this plant, for instance, so you look, this plant is very old. This is very, very old. It could be as old as this church. If you look at how it is, it's very, very fascinating to me also.
Reflecting on the curios he encountered, Ada mentioned discovering some artifacts that struck him as peculiar and even unsettling.
For me, I told my fiancée that this thing look like fetish stuff, because the way the design, the way it is, because I've seen a lot, and I said no, I'm not buying this. You know, there are some history behind them anyway. There are, because people don't just come up with the structure. They must be coming from our ancestors in the past. In my place where I'm from, Benin City, we have, they make structures of face. You can see the face, they can make a structure of your face, and then they tag your name on it, and that is you. And the same with our kingdom, like the king, the queen, the king mother, the king father, whatever. They capture the face, they carve it out, or they put it in bronze. And you see the picture, very good. And you can also buy them as souvenir. But there is no fetish to that. But if you go deeper, you will see a lot of other things that look fetish. And you will know it relates back, down to ages that you are not even familiar with. So kind of you are scared to even have it in your home, not to start having nightmares. Yeah, so it's, for me, I bought really souvenir that is nice, where you can put your jewelries made from stones, raised stones, and also giraffe and giraffe opener, that kind of stuff.
However, David refuted the notion that any of these items possessed spiritual or malevolent qualities.
Kila kazi ni kuielewa. Juu pengine unaona kuna wengine wanaonaga kama hii kazi akiiweka, yani wengine huaga hawatofautishi hizi vitu. Wengine wanasemaga wenye wameweka hizi biashara, wengine akiingia hapa aone kuna Masai, aone kuna ndovu, wengine mwingine anasema ni vitu za uganga, lakini si vitu za uganga.
The beauty of the curios has not only enriched the cultural landscape, but also provided vital employment for the residents of the Mai Mahiu, a point of pride for vendors like David.
Venye tuliamua kuweka biashara hapa kwa barabara, tuseme watu wengi tumeenda shule lakini kupata kazi ni gumu. Sasa tukaona badala ya kusubuana na watu na huko nje, ama tuwe watu wengine tofauti na sio venye tumevuzwa na wazazi wetu, tukaamua tukuja hapa tuweke hata kama ni hiyo biashara kidogo, angalau tuwe tunasaidia familia zetu.
Ada also feels a deep sense of belonging in Kenya despite being far from home. As he continues his tour of Kenya, he hopes that African governments will empower communities to leverage local resources for sustainable development and improved livelihoods.
The youth in Africa are more intelligent. They are more vibrant. They are more. They can produce. They need leadership that can steer them towards our area. You know, so and our leaders are not doing much about that. Look at the set. We are importing so much into our continent instead of producing and exporting to other continents. We are not doing the production. We need to produce in order to put lesser pressure on our currency, because our currency is devaluing every day because of importation. Produce and keep on producing, and you create job for the youth. And once there is a job for the youth, how this armed robbery or vices that are happening in the society will reduce drastically.
What do you find just in Kenya that is maybe lacking in Nigeria, or how maybe a few differences and a few similarities?
I see the unification of the people. I also see diversity in their dialect language, culture, but they interact. They have a common goal, which of course they pursue as well. Like where I'm coming from, we also speak one language, and that is Dutch. So it doesn't matter wherever you are in the country, you speak one language, and we also identify ourselves together. But here is, I feel at home. I feel at home when I'm here. There is no discrimination whatsoever, so it's just part of me. I'm traveling from Nairobi to Narok. On the way, I saw people planting crops. I don't know if it's cassava, if they are cassava, maize, different vegetables. If you go to West Africa, for instance, go to Niger, go to Burkina Faso, you will not see along the road, you see all these things being planted. Why? Because the leaders are not interested in such things. They are only interested in collecting money and stealing it for themselves. And that, of course, is making our people poorer every day. So they need to develop the country. From here, I'm going to Narok. I haven't visited any place anyway. I only just went out, have some dinner or something, or breakfast, whatever. I haven't visited much places there. But I'm going to Narok now. I'm going to see some animals. I want to see those animals: lions, giraffe, and elephant, and all those.